Hello everyone, my name is Maurice Chisaka and I am a mathematics teacher from Zambia. Today I want to share something that I believe is very important. Many people think that in order to teach mathematics effectively, a teacher needs expensive equipment, expensive teaching aids, and a classroom full of modern resources. But I have learned that sometimes some of the most useful mathematics teaching materials can be found around us. Today I want to show you how I use simple, freely available, and recycled materials to teach mathematics. These are not expensive materials. Some are sticks, some are stones, some are bottle tops, some are recycled plastic bottles and boxes. But with creativity, they can become powerful tools for learning mathematics. My message today is simple. You do not always need money to begin creating meaningful mathematics learning experiences. Sometimes you simply need creativity and the willingness to use what is already around you.
Here are some of the materials I use: the sticks, the egg trays, the bottle tops, empty boxes, homemade money from empty boxes, the cut bottles, we have the stones. So to many people these may look like ordinary objects, but to a mathematics teacher these objects become opportunities for learning. Let me begin with something very simple. Sticks. Suppose I want to teach addition. I can place 4 sticks here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I add 3 more sticks. 1, 2, 3. Now instead of simply telling learners that 4 plus 3 equals 7, they can physically see the numbers. When we put the sticks together, we count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 plus 3 equals 7. For some learners, especially those who struggle with abstract numbers, being able to see and move objects can help make mathematics more understandable. Sticks and egg trays can also help introduce multiplication. Here I have groups labeled on the egg tray in blue ink, and for this example I'll use 3 groups. And each group has 4 sticks. Now, instead of immediately starting with a multiplication table, learners can first understand what multiplication means. 3 groups of 4. 4, 8, 12. Therefore, 3 times 4 equals 12. Simple materials can help turn an abstract idea into something learners can see. Now, let us look at stones. Imagine I want to teach division. Here I have 12 stones. Let us say I want to share these stones equally among 3 groups. I place a stone in each group. I'm dividing the groups. So I place the stone one after the other until all the 12 stones have been shared equally. Now, each group has 4 stones. Therefore, 12 divided by 3 equals 4. The learners are not simply memorizing the answer, they can see the process of sharing equally. And this is what practical mathematics can do. It helps learners connect numbers with real experiences. Stones can also help teach odd and even numbers. For example, let us take 6 stones. I can arrange them into pairs. Therefore, 6 is an even number. Now let us take 7 stones. I'm adding another one. This is the 7th stone. When I arrange them into pairs, 1 stone remains without a partner. That helps learners understand why 7 is an odd number. Again, the mathematics becomes something learners can actually see. Bottle tops can also be used to teach patterns. For example, bottle top, stone, bottle top, stone, bottle top, stone. bottle top, stone, bottle top, stone, bottle top. What should come next? Learners can observe the pattern and make predictions. This helps develop mathematical thinking, and the materials cost nothing. One of my favorite examples is homemade classroom money. This can be made using boxes and simple materials. Now imagine we have an item that costs 30 kwacha and the customer pays with a 50 kwacha. How much change should the customer receive? Instead of only writing 50 minus 30 on the board, learners can physically use the classroom money. 50, this is a 50 kwacha, minus a 30 kwacha, leaves a 20 kwacha. This simple activity can teach subtraction, addition, problem solving, and real-life mathematics. Mathematics becomes connected to situations learners may experience in everyday life. This is a recycled plastic bottle. Instead of throwing bottles away, I cut and reuse them as containers for mathematics materials. For example, I can use different containers to organize counters. One container may hold stones like this one here. This container right here is holding stones. Another may hold sticks. Another may hold bottle tops. Organization makes it easier for me as a teacher to prepare practical activities. The bottle may have been waste before, but now it has a new purpose in the mathematics classroom. I also use simple boxes to store and organize materials. One box may contain counting materials and materials for multiplication. Another box may contain homemade money. This is important because practical teaching does not always require expensive storage systems. We can start with what is available. The goal is not to have the most expensive classroom. The goal is to create opportunities for learners to understand.
As a mathematics teacher, I have learned that teaching is not only about the materials we have. It is also about how creatively we use the materials around us. Of course, well-equipped classrooms and professional teaching materials are valuable. But the absence of expensive resources should not stop us from creating learning opportunities. A stick can become a counter. A stone can be part of a division activity. A bottle top can become a place value counter. A recycled bottle can become a storage container. Cardboard can become classroom money. The value of these materials is not in their price. The value is in how they help a learner understand. I am sharing this message from Zambia, but I believe it can connect with teachers and learners anywhere in the world. We may teach in different countries. We may speak different languages. We may have different classrooms. We may have different levels of resources. But mathematics connects us. Mathematics is a universal language. The numbers we teach here can be understood across the world, and the challenges teachers face can also be shared. That is why I believe teachers can learn from one another. A teacher in Zambia may have an idea that helps a teacher somewhere else, and a teacher somewhere else may have an idea that helps me. We all have something to share. So today, I wanted to share a simple message. You do not have to wait until you have expensive teaching materials before you begin creating meaningful mathematics lessons. Start with what you have. Look around your environment. Think creatively. Ask yourself, what can this object help my learners understand? Because sometimes a stick is not just a stick. A stone is not just a stone. And a bottle top is not just something to throw away. In the hands of a creative teacher, ordinary materials can become opportunities for extraordinary learning. I am Maurice Chisaka, a mathematics teacher from Zambia. And this is one of the ways I believe we can make mathematics practical, meaningful, and accessible. Thank you so much for watching, dear viewers. And to teachers around the world, what free recycled materials do you use to teach mathematics? Please share your ideas, because when teachers share ideas, learners everywhere can benefit. Mathematics is universal. Creativity has no borders, and learning can begin with what we already have.